All right, kids, guess what time it is?
Oh.
Time for me to put my iPad on this thing. I was unprepared.
Time for me to take things up.
God, but it's Nitro Ride.
Hey, it's Nitro Ride.
It's Nitro Ride.
Oh,
Hello.
welcome back to another episode. I'm Coyote.
And I am The Cosmos.
And my real name's Todd.
And I'm Mitchell. And we're silly boys.
Yeah, and today we're talking about trust.
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 It's trust or bust, baby.
Yeah, I want to talk about how difficult it is to come back from being like distrusted and how hard it can be to earn trust again, and how easy it can be to lose it,
and how easy it can be sometimes to get it back when you really explain yourself and you put in the effort. You might not ever get it back, and that is a truth. And a lot of people don't know when to stop or start. I think that's a big problem with trust. It's like, well, now what do I do? Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep being. I can't. I'm just gonna keep closing off and not trusting. I'm gonna
not
choose.
gonna let anybody in ever.
Yeah. Well, I'm just a fuck up, and if I got nothing good in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, you end up in this fucking rattling around in your own brain for a long time. And
yeah, and you can be convinced that you're not trustworthy.
Yeah.
Too. We can be convinced that we're not trustworthy. Like we can fucking make some mistakes. We can fucking really hurt some people and then
suffer in silence forever.
And think that like, well, I'm just an asshole, and that really prevents us from some change. I've been in this shitty pattern before wherein I will make very poor behavior, make very bad decisions that hurt people, and as a result of it, I will lose friends, and I will of course lose that person that I hurt, and I will just hate myself for
stew on
just
it.
Fucking yeah, and I will do, and that like pays for my shitty deed.
Yeah, you're flogging yourself.
Exactly. Self-flagellating.
There's no one around left to give you any feedback.
Yeah, and so I then it's like I've paid for my bad behavior, and I'm at like some karmic like neutrality. I'm at like karma level 0.
Yeah.
Because, well, I've hated myself for a long time and didn't allow myself to experience any joy, and I lost all those people, so I must have paid for my actions. I'm all good now,
Yeah,
I'm not indebted anymore.
Yeah, you can't be your own jailer.
Yeah, that's not the way. Like that just perpetuates that behavior.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I feel like an asshole for a while after being an asshole.
Yep.
That's don't just like fight that entirely. Yeah. But also don't sink into it because it can prevent change.
I think that's like where psychedelics help a lot, is in showing you that you've been doing that to yourself, and you get back to this root cause of like, well, why don't I trust anybody? Oh, well, this happened to me, or oh, like I was crazy for a little while. Of course I didn't trust myself. There was other people in there.
Yeah, fuck.
It's really it's one of the weirder things, and I don't think a lot of people talk about it.
Talk about trust.
Talk about like trust, but I mean, so many people have fucking trust issues.
Yeah.
I think the social climate really doesn't help either. There's this like I was saying yesterday, it's like you see the guy in the staff shirt, and you go, oh, you must work here.
Oh, yeah.
You make that assumption, and you're like, hey, can I get back there? No, well, I don't work here, dude. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so whatever the fuck you want.
You're like, oh, I assumed you worked here.
Yeah.
I came in thinking that because you had a cowboy hat on, you hate gay people.
Right. Just whatever weird.
Yeah, whatever weird stigma that might be wrapped around. I can't trust you because you look a certain way. And I can't trust you, you're a black guy. I can't trust you, you're a white guy. I can't trust you, you're a cop. I can't, And we just have these, like we see with the cop stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of evidence supporting the fact that you can't trust a certain group, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't give it a chance. It's really weird. Like, some of the nicest guys I've ever met are the guys that could kill you the fastest. like some gangbanger ass dudes
Yeah.
that taught me a lot of good shit.
I've been exposed to some of my own like unconscious bias. When I was working for this agency, like there's not really any job requirements to get a position there, and so we would get like a lot of people that experienced a lot of hardship and we're like totally disenfranchised, and a lot of that is people that are minorities that come from like different ethnic backgrounds.
Yeah.
And so I have always found myself just kind of naturally gravitating towards people that talk and look like me.
Yeah.
And I think that, there's definitely like that. A part of that is natural.
It's pattern recognition.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to.
Well, you know what you can trust.
People that are relatable, people that you think are relatable are more approachable.
Yeah.
And I wasn't self-aware enough to recognize that.
Yeah.
And this guy, Kai, that I met, I feel fine saying his name, he's fucking like, he's totally hilarious. And he and I mesh so well together.
Yeah.
But it took so long for me to like even try to gel with him or
right,
like,
to put the effort in.
To fucking say hello, because he's a black guy from LA, and he doesn't talk a lot, and he has like clearly comes from like a pretty rough place.
Yeah.
And I just naturally just didn't try to talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, and I've also, another unconscious bias of mine was that when people didn't speak English very well, I assumed that they were unintelligent.
Yeah,
when in reality, they're probably so fucking smart in their own language.
Dude, yeah.
And I mean, like, the communication is one form of intellect, but
yeah, and it's a bad one at that.
Yeah, and it can be a pretty poor like
a representation
of
your intelligence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It can be a pretty poor representation of your intellect, but regardless, like I just fucking would assume that these people that couldn't speak English very well weren't very smart when then we got thrown into this certain project that required a lot of problem solving, and this guy would just fucking
killing it,
just smash it out of the park. This is a separate example from Kai, but he would just fucking kill it, and I was like surprised, and that kind of confronted me with some of my own unchecked.
Well, and how old were you going into that?
I mean, I was 19.
See,
20.
and that's like right when you tiptoe out of your bubble,
out of the shell.
Like, is that your first like real job?
Yeah, I think so. I had other jobs before that, but that was my first like kickstarted any kind of career.
Yeah. Well, in that you get met with these situations.
Yeah.
No, and I feel that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fucking really cool to be exposed to that.
It is.
After having like pushed myself a little bit to try to relate to people that I don't automatically relate to, like that don't fucking look and act and talk the same way that I do, I've found a lot of gold.
Dude, there's so much gold.
Yeah, there's so much treasure if you keep turning rocks around.
Yeah.
But anyway, with trust, I kind of want to talk about my recent betrayal of trust.
Yes.
I was in a relationship and we broke up 2 separate times, and both of those like broken up spaces, I had sex with somebody else.
Yeah.
Two separate people, and I did not tell my partner about that. Even when they provided me an opportunity to tell them, I didn't.
Yeah.
And it's fucking. I've really fallen into a place where I feel like I can't trust myself, and that's almost like providing an excuse for myself to
like go off and do whatever. Or
like so long as I provide the pretext for people before they interact with me that I'm not super trustworthy, then I'm free. I told you what was going to happen.
This is who I am. It's in my nature.
This is who I am. Yeah, exactly.
You let me inside, and
that cycle. That's that like, okay, now I've paid for it. I can go off and do this shitty thing again. And I think that what a lot of the time when someone's doing something that they shouldn't be doing, if they loved themselves more, they wouldn't have done it. I think that's
well, it depends. I think
kind of consistent.
It is. No, it is definitely, you could draw a parallel with that. But I think at the same time, like when I was totally swept up in an ego trip because I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
And the bad choices came from me really loving myself and being happy with my physical appearance. Like I got broken up with. I was like, okay, I'm not going to let this get me that down. I'm just going to try and I was already running a mile a day, and it's okay, now I'm running 2 miles a day. Yeah. And now I'm working out. And the roommate I had at the time, I'd come home and he'd be like, ready to work out? Well, fuck yeah, I just ran here.
Right.
And we'd get all pumped up together, and it was just this like kind of testosterone fueled thing. And like stuff happened between me and him, and he moved out, and then I ended up hooking up with his baby mama, and I was able to like justify it because of all these things. And I go and I wake up one morning it was after a couple of these kinds of things, and I wake up to her texting me. He knows. Oh fuck! And I go, oh fuck! I'm an idiot. What am I doing? This isn't me.
Yeah.
Why do I do these things? And then you know what I did? I went back and did it again.
Yep.
And I go, okay, what is wrong with me? Like, I'm just trying to be a good dude. Like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
And it took so many of those. And then I was hooking up with all of my ex's friends.
Yep.
And doing all this like just being a shitty dude.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I came to the realization it was just because I was hurt and I needed to fill that void. But it was at a detriment to myself. And
you can honestly say that you loved yourself.
Yeah, it was in the process of me really trying to. I mean, yeah, I was sad, and that was more the void filler, the vacuum pulling me into these scenarios.
Yeah.
But I was trying to not let it get me down, and maybe I was being too armored, and maybe I didn't have any trust that if I fell into the abyss, maybe I trusted too much that I could fall into the abyss and it wouldn't hurt. And I'd let myself fall into it for a long time, and then I did mushrooms by myself. I had enough for 2 little trips or 1 big trip, and I was by myself. And I was like, I'm doing 1 big one, and I fucking got really high, and somewhere towards the end of the peaking aspect, I sprung up out of bed because I was naked in bed in the dark. No stimulation. Woo! Just trying to fucking figure my shit out because I knew that there was something wrong.
Yeah.
And I sprang up and I'm crying and I'm going, where the fuck have I been?
Oof.
Where the fuck have I been?
Oof.
I am so sorry. Yeah. I need to call people. I need to write letters. I need to do something because I've been away.
Yeah.
And I did. And I tried my best, and I wrote all the people that I hurt, that sent me fucking death threats and all kinds of shit. And you know, then you go, okay, well, because of my actions, this dude left the state. You know, I don't know where he was in his healing process before, but I hope that whatever happened, he's in that things are good. And I gave a letter to his sister. I'm all, hey, please, and the letter pretty much just entailed, like, I dabbled in your affairs, and I'm fucking so sorry. Like, I was just lost, and it's not an excuse.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing too. Is like it's the line between explaining and excusing is like foggy, and it's not very well defined, and like you kind of need to explain because otherwise, where did these actions come from? You're unable to learn from anything.
Yeah.
But you can't provide excuses, and I don't know how to separate the two.
Well, it depends on if it's more for you or more for them. And I think it goes back and forth, and there is a comfortable middle ground where I think the main thing is you don't get to have an expectation that your apology is going to do anything good.
That's true too.
You have to send the message and expect it to never be read.
Yeah.
It's not up to you. You fucked up.
Yeah, how they feel is none of your business.
Yeah.
After the fact.
But it's your responsibility to apologize.
Absolutely.
You can't. It's not going to peg you none.
Yeah.
And if they only respond back to you with animosity, well, you know that door is closed.
Yeah.
And you need to leave them be and let them heal, because the absence of you is what they need.
Yeah, and admission of your wrongdoing it can be, I don't know how developmental it can be if it's in an echo chamber. Like, if you're just surrounding yourself with people that say, like, you're not a bad dude, you know, like, you fucking, or help you provide, like, excuses for yourself.
Yeah.
And, which is why I told you about, like, that tattoo
Totally.
that I have. It's like, even if all you get out of apologizing is animosity, that's still a really good thing, because at least you are being reminded of how much you can hurt people.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes situationally dependent, you don't really need a reminder, but it's also it's important not to just surround yourself with people that are going to provide excuses for you or going to justify your actions.
Totally. Well, that's like when you came to me and you wanted, like, we're talking about stuff. I'm like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, yeah, you did a bad thing,
up.
but like, if you only see the fact that you did a bad thing and you don't break apart everything,
Yeah.
you're only playing with your side of the deck. You know, you gotta break it up, and it's like, okay, well, is there communication issues? Is there a reason for you not to do this? Is there a reason for you to do this? Like, where were you ready for this in the first place?
Yeah.
You know, like, where are you? Where and every failure is just it. You do it the next time you do it, you come into it with new eyes.
Yeah.
And if you're still got those hang-ups of like, well, fuck, I should have done this, I should have done that. Well, just do it this time.
Yeah, every day is another opportunity to make less mistakes.
Yep, trust in yourself that you won't do it again, because you know better.
And if you're, like, honestly, if you're not going to kill yourself, then you have to change. Like,
yeah, we have to get better.
You have to get better, because, like, if you kill yourself, I think that's a very bad solution, but it will prevent you from ever hurting anyone ever again.
Yeah, that is the alternative. It's like, and that's why we kill people that, you know, that's why we have death row.
Yeah.
Is the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's like, you're not going to get better.
You aren't going to change.
We've deemed you unredeemable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, 12 random people agreed that
I really don't want to end up on death row, you know? Like, I really don't want to, because I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not there.
Yep.
And I really would not get to the point where other people have decided to put me there. So that only leaves me with changing.
Yeah, no one's like, kill yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, no one's going to encourage that.
No.
And plus, like, I mean, you know, I did something pretty shitty and evil, but I don't think people deserve to die for doing what I did. But,
there'd be a lot of fucking dead people.
There'd be a lot of fucking dead people. But, you know, that leaves me with changing. And I do think that one of the first steps towards changing is trying to figure out how to love myself in a healthy way. Like, I think that you can love yourself in a very unhealthy way, and that results in some pretty shitty fucking decision making.
That's usually ignoring, you know, you only see the good parts of yourself.
Yeah.
And those just get more verbose.
Yeah, and you just, like, totally cater to whatever whim you have when it comes up. And you don't potentially not value communicating entirely honestly with the people that are around you, because, you know, you're fucking living for you.
Yeah.
And
full bore baby.
Yeah, and I could see an argument that maybe that isn't loving yourself, because in order to love yourself, you probably have to be pretty honest with yourself.
Yeah, I think that it's that you need to really love yourself. To say you love yourself is a big thing. Yeah. Like there's a lot that goes into loving yourself, because you have to love all the dark parts too. Because if you choose to turn your back on any part of yourself, you're turning your back on all of yourself. And you got to marry those two things, because there's the front that we have to play to live in society, and then there's everything going on in your mind and your fucking heart, and everything that ever happened to you is a programming that you're running off of every day. Yeah. You know, are you a Windows XP? or are you a fucking Windows 10?
Linux, dude.
Yeah, what iOS are you?
Yeah.
Like and you have to update. And that's why we have computer updates. It's the same thing. Yeah. So you can't, old software don't cut it.
You got to be compatible with your surroundings.
Yeah. Well, and that's where you see older people have a hard time conforming to like all the social like new gender things, and I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, and there's resistance, because it's just like
fucking bullshit.
Back in my day, there was 3 kinds. and now there's 72. Yeah. And I don't care. And it's so funny. I put on a southern accent for that.
Yeah, that's another example of judging a fucking book by its cover.
Exactly.
There it is.
Yep. But I can trust that rednecks hate gender roles.
I'm kind of a redneck.
I get burned occasionally.
And I think that people should be able to be called whatever the fuck they want to be called.
Yep.
Even if there's never been an example of it before, just fucking communicate it. I'm with you, man.
Right.
Man, or whatever.
Yeah. Give me an opportunity to understand, and I am there.
I'm fucking with you. But I also know that, like, bringing it back around to trust.
Yes.
Being in an environment of trust is like so freeing. Mm-hmm. And realizing that you can be completely honest and say what's happening to you and what you're making happen is like very freeing, and it's helped me with like as I continue to be more honest. Yeah. I can feel the weight continue to fall away.
Well, that's good. It's a good example.
Yeah. A lot of weird anxiety comes from dishonesty. Like, at least, in my experience, a lot of anxiety or paranoia or fear comes from not being entirely honest with the people that are around you.
Give a mouse a fucking cookie, dude. Start with one little thing. Well, it's how many white lies are acceptable.
Exactly. They just compound. I think we said this. We
were talking about this the other day.
Like, the most difficult part about a lie is that you have to make it true.
Yeah. you gotta live it.
Yeah, you have to live it. And so eventually years go by and you're just working. You're just fucking working and trying to make whatever you said be as true as possible.
And you realize it's not.
It's not.
And you go, fuck, okay.
Yeah. Fuck.
How long can I live this lie?
And next thing you know, you've had a friend that thinks that knows you, mm-hmm. that like believes you and trusts you implicitly. And this whole time there's been some foundation of dishonesty, and you don't know how to tell them because it could shake your entire relationship with them. Yep. And that's also totally possible in a relationship.
Oh, it's super. Yeah. I think more so because, well, I can't remember what ride we did on it, but just like where you put on this front when you're courting somebody. You're giving them your best self. Yeah. And if your best self is a lie, then what are you doing? Yeah. Yeah. What do you expect is going to happen?
Setting yourself up for a bit of a fucking fall.
In 2 years, when they ask you, how's your dad? When your dad was alive, and you go, oh well, yes, he was alive the whole time.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like, a perfect example of this was that I used to tell just people that my dad was dead. That was like very comfortable, and I have my own issues with my dad aside. I was being dishonest. I knew that he was fucking alive for most of my life, And I told my partner that in the very beginning. And, like, the perfect moment to tell the truth is never going to come.
Yep.
So...
Well, it's usually right off the bat.
It's... Yeah. If there is a perfect moment, it's immediately after whatever element of dishonesty has occurred.
Yeah.
You know, whatever fucking event relating to dishonesty just happened. That's the golden moment. And every moment after that is the best opportunity. Like,
totally. Well, it's only uncomfortable for you until it becomes unbearable for somebody else. And it's not fair what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's really the thing, because the longer somebody trusts you, the longer it's going to take for them to get over that hurt.
Yeah.
And it compounds real hard.
Yeah.
At a certain point, the velocity is so fast.
Yeah, it's like you're building. You fucking this is doing an analogy. It's like you're building a house, right? And it starts with, you know, sticks and leaves and this relatively rudimentary
Loose. If it falls down, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's not a fucking monument, you know. It's not a skyscraper in this beginning period. And if you blow the whole fucking place down, which would be, you know, telling the truth about something that you've been dishonest about, it's pretty fucking easy to fix.
Yeah.
You know, just start throwing sticks back together. But if you wait until it's a fucking...
Until you pour the cement.
Yeah, until you pour the cement and it's a fucking 10-story skyscraper, when you demolish that thing, it's going to take weeks to clean up, or months, or years. You know?
Yeah, we don't got funding for that.
Yeah, nobody's got the fucking time or money for that.
Yeah. You only have so much time, and you go, well, you're a fucking liar, and you're not worth it anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't have any more time to try to trust you. Because now I don't know if anyone in my life is trustworthy.
That's what's scary.
And it just starts this domino effect of, well, who's right and who's wrong and what's going on, and I don't know where to place myself.
Yeah, how like jaded I must have made this person towards having any kind of relationship in the future, because it was so good, but I was dishonest, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, how can something that felt perfect hurt so bad? And if something that was perfect hurt so bad, how could we ever settle for anything less than perfect? And how could we ever welcome perfection again because it hurt us?
I don't believe that things are perfect. You made it perfect because you lied. You made it easier.
Yeah.
And the whole time it wasn't perfect because you knew it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Because you knew the whole time you were a fucking liar.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to it.
Yeah.
And it just that compounds in yourself and in your heart, and you go, oh fuck, like this is gonna come up one day. This is gonna come up one day.
And then it's fucking honesty that you express in other walks of your life, like to your friends, feel weirdly tainted because there's this huge elephant in the room that you're not fucking getting after.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, and you're the only one that sees it.
Yeah.
A lot of the
scenario,
time,
definitely.
You're the guy who's like, oh man, what are they gonna think of me when all this comes out?
Yep.
Oh man, I better just enjoy it while I got it because I'm gonna be all alone.
Yep.
When in reality,
yeah, exactly. Well, when this happens, I'll lose everybody anyway. So.
But you know that's happened before, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But but that just embeds the cycle deeper.
Yep.
You know,
it does.
Trust issues.
Exactly.
And that's what a trust issue is just riding that out. It's just okay. Well, I won't ruin what I have because I already ruined it. And if I open up right now, I don't believe I'll have anybody.
Yeah.
And you just keep riding that circle.
Yeah, fucking A.
Oh, the disc golf course.
Yeah, my guy that I've been doing side work with came out here last week.
Oh, dude, it's such a nice course.
Fucking pounding beer.
Oh,
man.
Oh, Anderson Valley. Lovely day in Anderson Valley.
Yeah, beautiful fucking day out. A little chilly on my feet because of how we have the AC set up and I'm wearing sandals.
Oh, smart move.
But
just put it all to the top.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Change climate. Oh, windy roads, man.
Yeah. Oh, what? You getting a little seasick?
It's fine.
Eat some Wawa?
I do, but I don't
stop.
have any. Oh, no, I'm fine.
We can get some Wawa.
Oh, I mean, yeah, let's get some Wawa for sure.
Let's do that. We get some at the store up here.
But that's like, if you look at it in different perspectives of trust, there's always a grander thing, and that's kind of what I came to the realization stone the other day. There's always a grander process happening, where there's chaos and then there's organization, and then chaos, then organization. Zoom out of the chaos, and you will see that it's actually order. And that happens with everything. That to me, that is it. Yeah, tangent. But like, if you look at the mistrust in individuals, and then you move up, okay, well, that's because I have to go to work.
Yeah.
And it's because I have to fit this mold. And that job process is because, well, it's got to fit government standards. And government standards got to be fit because they got to work for the country.
Yeah.
And the country's got to work for the planet. And the planet's got to work for this. And the cycle just keeps, there's this chaos and order.
Yeah.
And you have to fit the mold every time. And if you're not fitting the mold, you got to lie. Like, because the whole point of fitting the mold is like, I want to fit in here. I see this girl.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want you. What do you require? Not, oh, let me try to court you with the best I have.
Right. No, it's like, let me slowly shave pieces off of myself.
Let me see what puzzle piece shape you are,
Yes.
and I'll ruin myself.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you came into that situation in your relationship like, I'm going to lie my ass off.
No, definitely not.
And that's the whole thing. It's you weren't trying to, you just did it because you have trust issues. But more in a minute.
Yeah.
You have another mask?
A break from our sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah.
One left, I think.
Ooh, good.
Well,
Kill the earth. Should we just turn it back on?
Hey-o.
Oh, that was very sensitive.
Yeah, it's not a button. It's like a weird little sensor
Oh,
thing.
sensory.
Like a PlayStation.
Penile. But yeah, I feel like courting, American courting, or maybe it's just been courting people throughout, just humans do this, is if you don't think you're good enough, you lie. Because, and I think that that's kind of like an alpha beta thing, maybe. You see the more like verbose alphas go out, and they don't need to lie. Yeah, well, I'm fucking no. Maybe the only thing they lie about is the fact they're emotional. You know, alphas lie about things that make them betas, and betas lie about things that make them alpha.
Huh.
Or that would, it's...
Like, oh yeah, I understand art, or what do you mean?
It's like, you got the quarterback of the football team, and he's dealing with a lot of heavy stuff at home. You know, his mom has cancer.
Okay.
And he's really emotional and he's sad all the time. But instead of telling anybody that, he just puts all that energy into being a better football player. And his girlfriend's always like, babe, is there something wrong? He goes, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Like,
oh, that's what
I'm not a pussy.
Yeah.
Like, you only like me because I'm this macho man.
Because I'm a success.
I can't show weakness.
Yeah.
And then betas are like, I'm only showing you weakness. I need to be more of a man. And there's always I need to be something else to acquire
Than whatever I am.
Yeah. But and dude, we're I mean, you hear it in dads giving advice on how to date a girl, or like.
Oh yeah. Women don't like to hear that, son.
Oh, you don't want to talk about that. And then we go talking in a redneck accent.
Oh, yeah, yeah, fuck.
And it's so funny.
Man.
Because it's such a stereotype. It's so funny.
Rough and tumble.
But you know what? Redneck dudes are probably some of the most honest fucking people out there. Yeah. They're not going to lie to you. They don't got a reason.
I've met some real fucking honest rednecks, that's for sure.
Fucking A. Hold this with my feet so I can hold this with my hands.
God, so much shit everywhere.
If I only could learn to poop at the house. I'm encompassed.
I was on mushrooms in Santa Cruz the other day.
Santa Cruz.
And fucking I experienced that again, like just like not holding a bunch of shit and like not being able to accomplish whatever little task I was supposed to do. I was just trying to drink water, and I had like 3 people's water bottles in my hands, but I couldn't open the cap of any one of them, and so I kept putting down water bottles, but then trying to, it was fucking so dumb on mushrooms. Like
all hands.
Yeah.
How many hands do I have? Not enough.
But
But
I was very honest with the people that I was with on this last trip.
Very
I
good.
told them exactly what I was going through, and I knew that I could. And on top of that, as soon as we start being honest, it becomes apparent how easy it is to do, and how little people will push you away for being honest.
Yeah.
Like even if you fuck up,
Oh,
even
for
if
sure.
you do something.
Well, because they understand where you're coming from.
Exactly. Like you can just tell your friends what you're doing, especially if you tell them soon. You know, especially, and that's the best part about being honest, is that if you're not fucking lying, you tell people about what's happening as soon as it happens. Do you want some more time before we get back onto this road?
Sure.
Yeah. You want to do that? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I hear you. I think it's that's why honesty is something that's held in high regard in all religions, and it's something you should do.
Yeah.
Not because it's the right thing to do, because it feels the be selfishly honest.
Yeah, I even know, like, there were times where people were like brutally honest, and it's still like so much more better received. It is so much more better received than if somebody was dishonest. Because I have a friend who would just tell people that they're being a fucking asshole. Like, you're being a real asshole right now about whatever you're doing. But they wouldn't go, like, talk about people behind their backs, you know?
Right to their face.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're fucking up.
Exactly. And, like, to probably didn't even deliver it in the most intelligent way, you know?
Yeah.
Not in a way that's even potentially really going to stick with somebody, or a very compassionate way.
In a way that's kind of more inflammatory than...
And I do think you can be compassionate and thoughtful and still be 100% honest.
Oh, for sure.
I know a few people that think that, like, brutal honesty is the only form of honesty.
I think that just leads to people closing up.
I think so too.
It's because that's you know, like what inflammation is.
Like when you swell up.
Like when you swell, but like what the process is that's happening is that your immune system goes, there's something in here, and it sends a bunch of assault to that thing. Your body is causing inflammation.
Yeah.
It's not because the thing is you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's not because the thing is making you swell up.
It's your immune
body.
system attacking. And so I think the psyche does the same thing. You start attacking me with words, and I go, no, and I get...
And you swell up.
I swell up.
That's so true.
It's the same process.
Wow. That's fucking really
so
true.
you gotta... It's like telling somebody, like, hey, fuck you, you're being a dick.
Yeah.
And they go, well, what? What the fuck you why?
Yeah.
And it already comes up, why?
Yeah.
It's like pollen entering your nose, or pepper, and you go,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so you just people receive, and some people have better sensitivity to that. They're more tempered.
Yeah. And some people can really take that fucking...
I'll take it.
Brutal honesty, you know, and some people can't. It's also situationally dependent. You know, if you have a really bad day and then somebody comes and calls you an asshole, it might not be tied. You might not consume that as, you know, effectively as a different day. There's all kinds of variables that will play into it. But I get where people are coming from when they say that brutal honesty is the only true form of honesty, because if you're being thoughtful, you are manipulating how you speak so as to, like, most effectively deliver your point, you know? And so there is some manipulation there, and I think that's where people can become convinced that it's dishonesty, but it's still the same message.
Yeah.
And it's you can do it without any trace of lying. Like,
well, yeah, you just say you got to say it right.
Yeah.
And that's like where like social media, really people don't, because you have so many people interpreting something where it's like, no, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And then someone goes, I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's not me. And they don't even research what words you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, or what words you're using. It's there's this, oh, it's so funny.
Fuck you and what you're saying makes me feel really bad is the same message.
Yeah.
And one is just...
Yeah, just choose the better words.
Yeah.
Because you have the anonymity of the internet behind you, and you're not getting hit with it directly.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't fucking be polite.
Yeah, it's very easy to
be fucking polite.
It's fucking easy to forget that the people on the other side of the argument is a person when you can't see their face.
100%.
You know, you don't know what they sound like. You don't know how they talk.
Well, you see their profile and you go, oh, you're this.
You're this.
It's just so easy to put somebody
you have a
in
staff
that box.
shirt on. Can I go here?
Yeah, let me in.
I don't
I'm
work here.
It's
more of that.
It's more of that.
Yeah.
Not everybody with a staff shirt works there.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. It's laundry day, and this is all I had.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Get off my ass.
Get off my ass.
Oh. Trust is...
Hey, man. Trust is something that I think is very neurologically there to keep you safe.
Yeah.
And if it gets disrupted, you just tack it on to, I need to avoid this to survive.
It's a lot harder to earn trust than it is to lose it. I mean, dependent on the
person and the situation.
And what Jordan Peterson says is that that's because when somebody hates you, you know, they can stab you in the back, and that's very, very bad. But when somebody loves you, they can give you a hug. And the difference between being stabbed in the back and receiving a hug is massive.
Oh,
Like, receiving a hug can make you feel good for a second, but being stabbed in the back can end your life.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, no, and in a few people growing up in my life, I've got to see their receptiveness to trust people. And you see a lot of people with like anger issues. And a lot of that to me is because you love hard, you hate harder. Because if you love something so much, you're gonna do anything to keep it safe. And in that, you don't know what to trust outside of your bubble. Yeah. And so anything coming in is a perceived threat, and everybody's mean mugging you and you and yours. What the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah.
Get out of here! I don't trust you. And it just,
I love what you said on some Nitro Ride that like hate is love attacked in some way. Like
it's the opposite of love.
When
to love, you have to hate something. You have to love it.
Yes, to hate something, you have to love something.
Yeah.
Like in order to hate something, whether it's because you love your own life, or you love somebody and they betray you, or you love somebody and somebody else betrays them, like you cannot have hate without love.
It's an intense emotion.
Yeah.
Those are like the two most intense emotions. Because when you fucking hate something, I don't hate a lot of things. I can't. I don't know. What do I hate? I hate pedophiles. But at the same time, I understand that most pedophiles were pedophiled.
We're pedophiled.
You know, like.
Yeah, I hear you though. Like, you gotta have some twisted shit happen to you, probably.
I mean, someone starts it somewhere.
Yeah.
I hate lies from people that should never, like, from positions of power that should never be able to lie. From government things.
Yeah.
I hate. But at the same time, I understand, and that's the thing that kind of trumps really being able to fully hate is finding
it relatable.
You got to put yourself there before you can just say, oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
You gotta really come at it from every aspect and go, okay, is it worth hating?
Yeah.
That's a lot of energy to hate something, because it's a lot of energy to love something. And I a lot of the time I go, well, it's just not worth this energy to hate, because at the end of the day, you need everything happening. You need bad guys for good guys. You need dark for light. Living on a globe will teach you that. The light can't shine on everything.
Yeah.
Lift up your foot. There's a shadow under there. You can't get rid of it.
That's true.
And not to say that that in the dark there's not light, because you get bioluminescent creatures. You get fucking funguses. You get all kinds of shit that glows. In the light, in the dark, you are the glow.
I think that we stand to gain infinitely more by way of being honest.
Dude, 100%. Well, it depends though, because there's some people that if you think you can be honest and trust them, and they turn around and fucking stab you in the back when you think you're getting a hug.
Oh.
You can't trust everybody.
Yeah.
And that lies another part of the whole trust issue thing. It's like how I've met people just like you before that have told me the same things. How do I believe you?
Yeah.
How do I even allow myself to let my guard down around this?
It can be fucking awful when you like finally decide to let somebody in and
then they dump on you.
Results in the same fucking thing, and that's what happened to my partner. Like they had fucking serious issues with trust with their previous relationship, or in, I think, depending on how you look at it, a few of their previous relationships. And like I just ran them right back through the ringer. And that's got to be devastating. Like,
yeah,
to be so sure that there's no point in letting anybody else in, and then finally deciding to extend some trust,
and it just gets fucking guillotined,
shit on.
Yeah,
and that's fucking so awful. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, and at least you know.
Yeah.
And that's all.
I do think that sorry should be a. How do you feel about this? I think that sorry should be a temporary state of being.
Well, don't live in sorry.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't do anybody any good. If you become a sad sack that's always sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
It prevents action.
Well, yeah, you get stuck in it, and it's like, yeah, you're sorry, but now all you are is ever gonna be is sorry.
Yeah.
You gotta be more than sorry. You gotta be sorry and then do something about it.
Yeah.
Because in doing something about it, at least that person can see that, you weren't the worst guy. You at least, unfortunately, I had to fall on the sword to teach you this lesson, but here you are doing it. And I wish that we could have done it together, but I'm glad that you're not.
Yeah, but you fucking.
You're not. You broke your cycle.
Yeah.
And thank you for at least being able to do that.
Yeah, being able to do that for other people, even though you couldn't fucking do that for me.
Or it's like, you know what, you're sorry about it, then fucking change.
Yeah.
And that's really, don't be sorry, because sorry isn't even an excuse.
Yeah.
Sorry is air.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Well, what are you sorry for? I don't know. I'm just sorry.
I hurt you. 9 times out of 10, people are sorry that they got caught.
Yeah. They feel bad.
Yeah, and that's, fucking all of the sorries and all of the explaining and all of that.
All of the having to break quickly.
Jesus. All of that comes out after somebody gets caught, after the truth is revealed by no decision or action of themselves.
Yeah, they didn't take the steps.
Comes. Yeah, and that's fucking what
it's like, oh, well, where was this?
Yeah, exactly. Where are you? And then how could they believe that?
Yeah. Because your tail's between your legs.
Yeah, like this can all totally just be some self-defense mechanism that's kicking in because now you've been caught. And so therein lies another benefit of being honest sooner rather than later, is because whatever reasoning behind your action is, it might actually be hurt. You know, like people might, and the people can learn about you from that, and you can learn about yourself because you have somebody to work through that shit with.
Totally. Well, that's a huge part of being in any kind of relationship, is being able to trust that the other person's going to help you figure out what you're dealing with.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you lie, they think that they're like, oh well, okay, this is how I'm going to come at this person. This is the kind of, okay, like his dad's gone. Like, I don't want to bring that up. It's probably hard for him to talk about. Like, and you're putting energy into the wrong thing because you believed a lie.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, like, I was fucking trying to jump over hurdles that were not even there. You know, illusion magic. All lies are illusion magic. But illusion magic, you played fucking Skyrim or Oblivion or whatever. It's powerful if you fucking are good at it.
Well, that's the problem.
It's great to deceive, like, if you need to.
If you're a powerful liar, I mean, you can fucking...
Oh, and like I'm saying,
run with it.
I am a powerful liar because I have a great imagination.
Yeah.
And growing up and talking to my cousin and just feeling the need to enhance stories and make things more than what they are because of just being whatever, and being called out on it all the time. That's not real, dude. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And it's like, no, it's not.
Oh, God,
dude, it is. And then you double down.
That's
and then,
the worst
and
place,
then,
when you're in it for the long haul.
Don't
but
double down.
People know that you're fucking lying.
Yep.
Oh, God.
And then all of a sudden, your closest friend and your family member doesn't believe you.
Doesn't trust.
To this day, they're gonna go, "Are you sure?" And
Yeah.
you go, "Yeah, dude. I know I lied a lot when I was a kid. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fucking. I didn't know it would last this long."
Yeah. And now here we are.
And here I am. I'm gonna be 30 years old, and now we're at a place where, like, I don't have to really be questioned. You know?
Yeah.
And
that's good.
and that's the whole deal.
That's perfect. I mean, it takes so
long
to build trust back.
You forget how long you're gonna be being this character.
Yeah,
you're this character for a while.
That's an important context to hold on to. Like, anytime you let one of those, like, little white lies, if you let a little white lie slip in the very beginning, it is consciously or subconsciously deciding that this person is somebody that you're not going to spend a lot of time with. You know, like, that's something we need to come to terms with.
It's always funny too, because it's usually the people that you think you're not going to be spending a lot of
and
time
then you
with,
spend fucking so much time
and then you're
with them.
fucking homies, man.
Yeah, or you're married to them.
Yeah.
And, like, so remember that, like, if you're fucking, that's so fun. It's kind of paradoxical, because if you care enough about somebody to lie about something to try to stay good in their eyes,
or try to impress them at the start,
it's also somebody that you're likely gonna fucking have a pretty long relationship with, because they're at least that important to you. You know? And so remember that fucking any lie that gets told, it's gonna fucking go on for years. It's gonna go on for a long time.
Well, because when people see you, they identify you with what you tell them.
Yeah.
That's all they have is what you say and what you do.
Yeah, and people can forget that too, like that they continue to exist after they walk away.
Yeah.
And so,
a particle observed.
Yeah, it changes. I remember that I had, and we can keep fucking coming back to this topic too, but I have another topic that I want to talk to you about that I've been wanting to get to like sooner rather than later.
All right, you can take me on a date.
Oh, yes. Let's end the fucking cast.
We're ending here.
Disc golf beer day at Anderson Valley. That's cringe.
Cringe.
You know cringe culture?
Cringe culture, dude. Cringe comps?
Cringe comp? Oh, yeah, cringe compilations,
cringe compilations.
Dude.
My brother is obsessed with cringe.
How do you feel about that? What do you feel when you watch, like, a cringe compilation?
It's really hard for me because my goal in any situation is usually I'm trying to make this the least cringy it can be. I'm trying to make comfort. Cringe is the opposite of, you're like, ew. How do you? It's living a Napoleon Dynamite. It's thinking Napoleon. It's like Napoleon Dynamite times 1,000.
Napoleon Dynamite is like the first example
low
of, like,
key cringe,
commercialized cringe.
It's that slow, uncomfortable, just like, okay, hurry up. Come on, do it. You want to help them, but you can't.
Oh, God.
And it's just like, oh, can we just fucking just do it already?
Yeah.
God, it's like a loogie.
Or
an
stop
inch.
doing that. Oh, stop doing that.
It's the feeling of a loogie an inch from your face, and then being slurped up, and then an inch from your face, then slurped up. It's like, God, just spit it on me and leave. I'm tired of this shit.
Or please don't spit it on me.
Yeah, I would rather not be spit on.
Yeah.
But goddamn, hurry up if you're gonna.
Yeah, make the decision.
Cringe, dude. Cringe is hard for me.
Because I'm experiencing this weird, like, empathy for these people that are in. I mean, I guess that's what cringe is this like secondhand embarrassment. You can't really experience that without empathy. But I'm experiencing this weird, like, positive empathy with cringe lately. Because the fact that somebody felt the freedom to express themselves and, like, really fucking be
go
who
for
they are.
it. Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like cringe comes from honesty in a way. Like, it is people expressing
like naive
themselves.
honesty.
Yeah,
it's like the first time you try to do something, or it's people that think they're good at something and they're not.
Yeah,
it's American Idol auditions,
and they just pick up a camera and, like, do something, you know. And, like, God, that they don't feel the inhibition to not do whatever the fuck they're about to do, whether it's trying to pull off a kickflip and fucking slamming it into the ground, or posting a video that they think is going to be super duper funny, but
or they
just
think they have an opinion that's really important.
Yeah,
and you're like
totally uneducated or something.
Well, it's like comic book nerds, or like you know, that's kind of like the stigma around nerdiness, is that it's cringy. It's like, oh, you fucking nerd. Like,
somebody talks about, like, Warhammer 40K.
Or someone that's, like, obsessed with the New York Jets.
Huh.
Like, sports fans, to me, are cringy.
Are pretty fucking cringy.
Oh, our team, we're good. We're doing great this year. I'm like, dude, you own a jersey. You don't
got
fucking...
some dude's name on your back?
You fucking simp, dude. Get out of here. fucking
simp.
The Buffalo Bills are going to make it this year.
Yeah, but I've been experiencing this, like, positive empathy from it. It's like, I don't know, it's been weirdly empowering to me. Like, fuck it, these people will just grab a camera and just crank out whatever the fuck they feel like.
Yeah, fucking go for it.
You know, typically, like, pretty little concern for how well it's going to be received. Or they just, like, are so sure that it's going to be positively received, and, like, that they feel the freedom to fucking throw it onto the internet or wear that shirt outside.
Because it feels good to them. It's not about you.
Exactly.
It's not about being seen.
That's what makes me feel good, is that they are doing something that feels good to them, regardless of whatever social stigma it has. Oh my God, this curvy road is making my stomach do.
Well, good. Then there's no one behind us. Let's just fucking cruise.
Okay,
let's fucking cruise, brother. I trust that. You know what's great about being an adult?
What?
It's knowing that if I'm nauseous, I'll just jam that finger down my throat and throw up. Why do you... If you're fucking if you're drunk and you're trying to go to bed and you're on a rocket ship spinning, just get the fuck up and throw up.
Nut up.
Nut up and throw up.
Yeah. Throw up.
Throw up the nut.
Shepherd
the cum out of you.
Yeah, I need to get over. I just have kind of fear of throwing up still.
There's nothing. I just don't like it. Just comes out of my nose.
What's awful is when it's about to happen for me. Like, oh my God,
cut out the middleman.
It just like become what you're afraid of. Like, no, I am throwing up right now.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do this. You cut out the middleman.
It's probably true. It's much less scary if you know exactly when it's gonna happen.
Just imagine the scent of that toilet water. And making yourself salivate. Dude, oh man, that trust that making yourself throw up is better than waiting around.
Like, sweating in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the mouth sweat.
You know you're gonna fucking throw up.
You know what that is to me? What I think that is your body is producing enzymes and you're swallowing that spit. and it makes it's triggering a response and like lubricating everything up with saliva.
Oh, so when you throw up, it doesn't hurt so bad.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt so bad.
Dude, throwing up is fucking crazy. Like, I want to see an MRI or whatever, some way that I can see what the muscles are doing when you throw up, because your stomach, you're fucking like, if you just all your muscles in your body hurt so bad.
Well, it's like when you can't stop laughing.
Yeah,
it's the same kind of feeling. It's like
true.
you got like it's
like how fast it can come out sometimes is fucking nuts. It's like your body is throwing it.
I've seen some vomit, man.
Yeah,
I've seen some fucking people
throw
up.
I've experienced some vomit where it's just like, yeah, like fucking screaming.
Yep.
Like fucking 45 miles an hour. I vomited so hard that I'm pretty sure it would have broken a window if I was fucking standing in the wrong
Is that when
place.
you were out on the mountain coming down?
Oh no, I haven't thrown up on drugs.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, but I've thrown up once as a result of drinking fucking way too much.
So
alcohol.
On drugs.
Yeah, that's true. On drugs. You're absolutely right. Alcohol
I've never thrown up on drugs, but this one time on alcohol.
Alcohol's a fucking drug.
Yep. Don't normalize alcohol.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So one time I got fucking way too high off alcohol. This is funny. It's kind of weird. That's what happens to you.
Yep, that's what happens.
But I got crazy ass high off alcohol, and I was just like, yeah, fucking in the toilet, fucking brewery.
Just full.
Just shooting it out so fast that it flushed the toilet.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man.
Oh god.
It's like I was sick once and I was taking a shit and I was like shitting diarrhea so bad, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, I gotta throw up.
Oh, just you just
and I'm
got
like,
in the shower.
No, and I open the curtain and I'm sitting and shitting and throwing up, and it's just like fucking both ends.
I've been in the space where you're just laying down in the tub totally naked.
It's just fucking
the shower on you. And you're just like throwing up and shitting.
Oh, dude.
Oh, everybody needs to go there.
Dude, Bert went there, my cat.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude. It was when Cody was living with me. I was making this bomb spaghetti, and Bert comes in and he's trying to throw up, and he starts throwing up, and I'm like, oh, Bert, no, and I go to help him out, and then he starts just shitting, just liquid shit, just both ends, just.
Bird, no!
Poor Bird.
Dude, I had this fucking dog when I was living in Idaho named Dez, and this dog was a fucking husky, and I was far too young to be handling pets like that.
Yeah.
I was fucking like 18, and we just got a dog. And this thing had the most fickle diet ever. Oh. And anytime that we would leave, he would destroy furniture. I went through like three fucking couches.
Because he's eating furniture? It's part of his fickle diet?
Well, I mean, apparently.
I have a fickle diet.
We had a fucking kennel for him, and we would throw him in there anytime that we left the house, which is kind of a fucking bummer.
Well, what are you going to do? He's going to eat the couch.
Right, and that's what I'm 18 years old, and that's my simple problem-solving line right there. And we throw him in the kennel, and he would just shit in the kennel and like roll around in it and fucking shake it off and shatter it all over the walls.
Oh, no.
And one time, this fucking dog, I took him, he was like tripping out and be like, rah, rah, rah. And so I take him out. He doesn't shit. He pees a couple times. I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm going to take you back inside now. As soon as we get back in there, he just goes in the middle of the living room
and
just like.
Hot squart.
Hot diarrhea squarts all over my white carpet. And I remember sitting there just like, oh, dude, why? And I remember so I take him out because I'm like, let's just make sure that all
shot him right there. You took him out.
That's right. I fucking
on your white carpet
in the living room.
Shotgun.
Yeah. I fucking pulled him outside, and we were at the top of this flight of stairs. And he was like running away from me because he got out away from the leash so quick. And we got to this like impasse where he was, you know, like how like a flight of stairs will like go one direction, a little platform, and then go back, and that's like how you get to every level. He was on this platform between the two flights, and I either had to like, if I went down to go get him, then he would run away down the stairs. But if I jumped down to the lower floor and then went up, he would go the opposite direction. And so I was at this impasse. This was fucking hell, dude. I was at this impasse, and I didn't know what to do, and every second that passed, this shit in my living room
is just staining.
Is just reeking and soaking into the carpet. And I remember calling my mom from that position. I was just like crying.
What do I do?
I think that's when I gained like consciousness as a person.
It's so bad, Mom.
I remember being like, I may have bitten off more than I can chew here.
Oh, dude, it's
just
so
call your
bad.
mom,
call your mom, dude.
Just call your mom. 8 times out of 10, just fucking call your mom and go to sleep.
Dude, dude, I've been in some situations where I've had to call my mom because I'm just overwhelmed.
You just fucking...
Oh, man. For anyone that doesn't have a mom, I'll be your mom. Call me. Call me up.
Yeah.
We'll set up a hotline.
We'll set up a hotline. You just call Mommy Mitchell.
Mommy Mitchell,
Mommy
please.
Cosmos.
Yeah, please.
And just fucking...
Call me.
Yeah. You don't have to be alone in that scenario. That is a time when you just shouldn't be...
Oh, dude.
You just shouldn't be alone.
Dude, I remember just, like, being broken up with, and I'm in an empty house, and same thing, dealing with someone else's dog that shit everywhere, and I finally get it all cleaned up and put it away, and the guy comes and gets his dog after I find out that he's fucking my ex-girlfriend. Woo! And I'm like, okay, I'm just spent, and I'm sitting there, and the house just reeks of dog shit and piss, and I'm looking at the doorway where my girlfriend tells me that she's fucking pregnant, and I'm just like, oh god, there's nothing good happening right now, and I'm looking out the door, and I'm just sobbing, and I call my mom, like, Mom, please. Fucking I don't know what can I do right now.
I'm very grateful that my mom, like, I hate to just have my mom, like, fucking
dude, yeah.
God.
Well,
If
to
you
have the
can't-
trust in a family member, man.
If you can't be honest and you can't trust your mom to do what a mom should do in that scenario, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah. Well, and just know that, fuck, dude, like, your parents have some obligations.
Yeah.
And if they can't be there for you when you're down, like, that sucks. Like,
they're not doing their
their fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, and I get everybody's different and has a way of doing it, but if they're not even trying to help you, it doesn't matter what fucking age you are.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're 18, I'm not helping you, and you. Like, you should be able to have that trust in your parent to fucking help you out when you need help.
I recommend that everybody takes this, because it's something that my uncle told me a long time ago. It's not going to work for every single person because they're eating disorders. That's the main thing. But his tactic is like, look, if you feel like, if you get there, if you're in hell, because that's fucking hell, then what somebody needs to do for you, if you know someone that is about to, like, hurt themselves or others, or is in hell, take them out and get, like, hot food in them.
Yeah.
Just start there.
Feed them.
Start there. Feed the person.
That's like when I saw you walking that one day.
I know, dude.
I fucking fed you a big ass burrito.
Oh my god. One time I was walking down the road after this, like, shitty fucking breakup. And it was just like, I was in the depths. I was in the fucking void. And here comes Cosmos just driving down the road, like, totally happenstance. This is not a road that people walk down. And it's like, it's often a road that's totally cut around because of the freeway, you know, the North State Street. And there he is. There he fucking comes. Just fucking pulls over, like, hey, dude, what's up? Fucking hop in. Let's go get some tacos or burrito or whatever. And that's what I needed. And a lot of the time, that's what other people need too. So start there. Yeah. And I find that typically, if you can find a way to, like, share food with them, that's fucking
2 straws and a milkshake.
So good. So fucking good. Get a large something and then share it. And you know, sometimes people won't be able to eat, but just having the option of, like, hot food right there in front of them, it creates a very welcoming atmosphere, and I feel like it frees up people to talk about whatever fucking shit they're experiencing.
Totally.
And so, if you get mommy called, fucking take him to get some hot food.
No,
go from there.
Go from there. Well, it's now back to animals and, like, dogs. I was thinking about this a long time ago. Is that, in animals, well, in the evolution of humans and dogs, trust has been established.
Oh.
And over time, we've bred dogs to trust us more.
Yeah.
And so trust is something you can breed into something. And you grow up in generations and generations of family that doesn't trust.
Ooh.
It's
can be in your blood.
It's in your blood.
Oh, man.
Because genetic memory is something that scientists are coming to more and more.
Yeah.
That is a thing. And it's like, how do birds know how to build a nest? Oh, well, it's the genetic memory of how to do it.
Yeah.
They don't teach each other with words, and they don't even teach each other by showing each other.
Yeah, they just fucking
know. They come out, I'm a bird, I build with stick.
That's great. That's a great example. What you're fucking talking about.
Yeah, but
that shit comes with you.
Yeah.
That's
it's built into you.
That's in the package.
And so it's just, do you want a dog that's going to be your best friend? Oh, well, golden retrievers you're going to be your best friend because they're going to trust you regardless.
Yeah. There is there's dogs that are bred for temperament
or aggression
or
whatever.
Aggression, or like how effectively they're able to be taught to follow commands or whatever.
Well, I was watching a thing. They were saying, the dog breeder was saying, I hate saying they. The dog breeder was saying that
like the DJ Khaled ethereal proverbial they, whoever the fuck somebody is,
the collective they.
Yeah.
But this dog breeder was saying that the more a breed of dog is like humanized and trusts humans, the floppier the ears are.
Really?
Yeah. And that's a sign of dog breeds that are more docile.
Is that true?
In the fact that their ears are floppier.
But like German Shepherds are supposed to be like hella good at following commands, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're
necessarily docile.
Yeah, their
is
ears
it like a better
are,
temperament kind of thing, or what?
I don't know. Like in the sense of like you look at like a lab or like just something with more soft floppy ears.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the actual merit of that is, but I think it'd be an interesting thing.
I'm gonna have to run the numbers on that.
Run the numbers.
You fucking get fact checked real quick.
But that's like people that are more like you trust people that smile more, that extend olive branches more. Like there's people that you are more inclined to trust.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, people that are honest.
But you see that's a learned thing. It's not necessarily something that you just get. Like you're raised with some etiquette. Like if your dad's an asshole, 9 out of 10 you're gonna be an asshole just because you act out. Or maybe 50-50. I don't know.
Even if you're not like brought up around that.
Yeah.
Because I've been exploring that lately, like how much of what we are is result of our parents' chemistry.
Yeah.
Versus what we experienced growing up, and it's hard because a lot of people, just pulling that statistic out of my ass, a lot of people grow up with the same people that made them, and so
in that sphere.
Yeah, and it could be a pretty low. It could be only like 50% of people actually grow up with their parents, but it's really hard to tell then because like their nature and their nurture is the same thing, Like so I would love. I don't know. I want to see like
the statistics on that.
Yeah, and I wish I knew somebody that had a biological child and a couple of adoptive children and see how
that
similar they are, and I would like to believe that shit is more on the nurture side of things. I'd like to believe, because that gets a little bit more empowering. Like, I don't want to be just a total fucking
victim of your chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be a victim of my chemistry. But I know that in some ways I am, because when I met my dad pretty recently, there were some similarities here and there.
Oh, good.
Some good, some not so good,
Whew, nausea, dude.
Yeah, I know. This is fucking shit.
I made a bad choice.
Yeah.
It was very pretty.
It was really pretty. I didn't get to enjoy it very well because my fucking tummy's doing somersaults right now.
Ugh.
Dude, I might have something for you. Like or something.
I saw a meme today. It was like or not a meme. It was like a TikTok or whatever. But it was partying in your 30s was the caption. And there's like one lady dancing around, and she's like kind of more rainbow, and the other dude's dancing around. Yeah. And this lady's all, take this. You'll have a better time with it. And the guy's like, no, I'm fine. She's like, no, take it. He's like, no, I'm fine. And it's like, no, it's Tums.
Oh.
And he's all, oh, fuck yeah, I'll take some Tums.
Dude, Pedialyte is a fucking cheat code, by the way. If you're fucking, just in general, like, Pedialyte is so chock full of good stuff. If you're, like, stupid, hungover,
just
nurture
like, yourself.
It's just a good thing to drink in general. I think it's for children, because at least I'm pretty damn sure it's for children or for babies, but God, I'll fucking drink that shit by the gallon, dude. It's so good. Pedialyte is the fucking key. I'm already, like, fucking partying. It's like becoming harder every time.
Oh, dude. There's less and less I get out of hard partying.
Yeah.
I'm finding I like the gathering of people.
Me too, a lot more than
I'd rather have a conversation.
Yeah. I like the atmosphere that, like, wine drinking brings around.
Yeah, a light.
Yeah.
A swish and spit and talk about flavors.
Yeah, I'm into that shit. We should go wine tasting, man.
Let's go to fucking wine tasting.
That would be fun.
I know a lot of people.
Yeah, you do.
Go to my dad's house and do some wine tasting.
Dude, that would be sick. I'm fucking down for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, trust.
Trust.
I trust you.
I trust you.
I trust you. And fucking God, I've definitely been in a space where I like no one around me could trust me.
Dude, I'm just now getting into the space where I can trust in my romantic relationship.
Yeah.
Like, and it's finally here. Like, and it just showed up one day, which is the craziest thing. Like, I just looking at my girlfriend and going like, wow, like this wall is disintegrating.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how bad this wall was. And it's like, fuck, like I can actually like really say I love you and there's no hang-ups.
Oh man.
There's no past shit.
Yeah, there's no shit that jumps to the forefront when
like,
you say it.
Fuck, like it took 2 years of dating you and like and the mental gymnastics of like, oh, this relationship isn't gonna work, and it's like, oh, but no, that's just me.
Yep.
Oh fuck, okay, I gotta sit around a little longer. Is it just me or is it you? Yep. Nope, it's me. And I'm not gonna keep. The good thing is, you learn to not voice every time you have a discomfort, because it's not always constructive. Are you punching a ghost right now, or is it something constructive?
Yeah, or is it something that's gonna actually
because
change?
Every time you feel uncomfortable, it's not a license to be like, hey, honey, like we need to sit down. Like I need to talk about this. It's like, well, I'm gonna sit with this for a minute and see if this is actually something.
I definitely
like trust that you can work it out before you project it on somebody else.
Yeah, amen. Because I mean, as soon as it turns into, hey, we need to talk about this, it's something that you need to talk about. You know, like it's very like It's a very self-realizing prophecy. Oh my God.
I know, I'm fucking ruined.
Turns, dude.
Yeah, let's just stop for a second. Fuck.
Oh my God. Sorry, riders.
You're on a weird ride today.
Oh my God. I'm gonna pee too.
Same. You want me to show me your pee too?
Get some fucking air.
Oxygen. Sweet oxygen. Holy shit.
I imagine a part of the reason why I'm feeling so sick right now. I didn't mute it, did I? No, we're good. Part of the reason why I'm feeling so sick right now is because I just had like a whole bunch of groceries in my fridge that I haven't fucking gotten after because I've just been doing shit.
How could you?
I haven't been cooking.
So you ate rotten food today.
So I probably ate some rotten food today. I had it all like prepped well. Like I had all my veggies in tubs, and I like had been spritzing them. I haven't been spritzing them.
Tubby veg spritzer.
Yeah, I just had some water in it that I didn't change, which I think.
Well, that sounds like the difference between a light mist and a swamp.
Yeah, I definitely had fucking vegetable soup in the fridge.
Water degenerates things.
And I just like made it all. It was good stuff. It was kale and red peppers and green onions and eggies and ground turkey meat. But it's just that all of that was probably like fucking 3 weeks old. So
Yeah. Well, I know.
So I'm doing some somersaults in my rum stumble pumbleum right now.
Pumble rumbus. Well, the wavies are almost over, so.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I feel better.
Do you?
I feel a little bit better, yeah.
Good.
Trust.
Hey.
Fucking India right now
Yeah.
is in a very serious issue with trust because, like, what's today? The 29th? I think it's the 26th.
Yeah, 6th.
It's the 26th of April,
Starts so
and I just watched last night that India is fucking 2,000-3,000 people a day are dying of COVID, and it's because the government didn't do what they needed to do, and there's oxygen shortages, there's all kinds of shit, and when you put faith in a government and they fall through,
Jesus.
people fucking die,
yeah,
man.
Talk about the fucking the hard line results.
And we give our government shit, but like 3,000 people didn't die of COVID today. Or maybe they did.
Such a different reality.
So, dude, they're being cremated in the fucking streets.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get the vaccine. Fuck you.
Yeah,
fuck you. I was so humbled. I was like, I have the privilege to get a vaccine.
Yeah, to decide whether I
yeah,
want
like,
or not.
Oh, what an asshole.
Yeah, and I was also just like kind of going through, like, I'm fucking, you know, I wore a mask and did my due diligence. I hand sanitized, whatever, but I fucking like was not treating it as seriously as I ought to have been. I was fucking like touching shit at grocery stores and
right. You're picking fruit.
That. Yeah,
I found the best avocado at the bottom of the bin.
Yeah, seriously, digging through the potatoes. Homie, all the potatoes are the same.
Yeah, the hardest part of COVID has been having too hard or too soft of a fucking avocado.
Yeah, for me, that's all it's been. But for people everywhere, in many different places in the world, it's a lot of dead people.
A lot of fire, dude. It's
being
crazy.
Burned in the street.
So fucking crazy.
That's horrifying.
It is. It's humbling.
Yeah.
To say the fucking least.
Yeah.
Devastating and humbling.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about earlier, like not inserting oneself into an echo chamber.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were talking about
the size of a country.
Yeah, and we were talking about it in terms of like being honest.
Yeah.
And fucking whatever we were talking about when we said that, but I've been in an echo chamber for some time in the context of COVID, like. All of the people that I know are healthy, and like vaccines are, I think, now available to everybody around me. Anyway,
yeah.
I don't know what the national situation is
pretty much
like. But and on top of that, there weren't many cases around me to begin with. So
Mitch Hedberg, I was watching a Mitch Hedberg thing last night.
Like,
you know who Mitch Hedberg is? He's a comedian.
Don't.
He's got that like super fucking like stoner comedy.
Okay.
But he's like, how do you say? He's like, because this is back in the 90s, and he's all, I do the friend aid test. You know, like I call my friend up and I go, hey, you know anybody who got AIDS? And he goes, no, I do not. You know, oh well, then that is good. I do not need that. That is my AIDS test. You know anybody with AIDS? No, I do not.
Yeah. Okay, then I probably won't run into any fucking AIDS.
Right, well then that's the whole thing. It's like, oh yeah, like I don't know anybody who's got COVID. Do you? No. Okay, yeah, we're all good.
My fucking mom got COVID, but it's also like, I don't know if it's a result of like American medicine or whatever, but like my mom got COVID and was totally fine.
Well, it's that she got COVID later in the from the preliminary. Like they didn't put her on a ventilator, probably.
No.
Is that me? Yeah, it's me. I'm getting a call from Charlie Bucket.
Fucking popular.
Fucking Bucket. But she got COVID like 5 months into COVID. or 3 months into COVID,
Oh yeah.
when they already had done all the shitty mistakes
Yeah.
and caused deaths. They were like, okay,
Like as a result of treating COVID?
yeah, as a result, like when they were putting people on ventilators, the second they took them off, their lungs were all fucked.
Oh, really?
And that was why the ventilators weren't working.
Oh. I didn't know about
And
that.
so, like, there was a lot of mistakes made, and that was a big part of early COVID deaths. So, your mom getting COVID later on probably helped her immensely.
They know what to do.
Yeah,
when
they
somebody gets COVID.
had the means.
Right. Okay, that's a good point. And also, my mom is just like kind of relatively healthy. Like,
Strong woman.
she's not exposed to gnarly fucking elements all the time. Shitty smog. She doesn't have any like immune disorders.
Yeah, she's not a at-risk person.
Yeah, exactly. And so there, I get provided the context that like COVID kills just so few people. You know, like I know people that have gotten COVID and they've been pretty much fine. It was just like a rough flu, and that to begin with, I don't know that many people that have gotten COVID, and I'm totally fine. I know.
Well, and that in itself is because you can trust that the medical supplies are there. You can trust, okay, the government FEMA will step in with extra shit. And that's where India doesn't have that right now. And they're out of oxygen. They can't fucking help anybody.
Yeah, it is a brutal fucking video.
And then everything is, all the hospitals are full. And it just all falls apart all at once. And no one can, it's too late. Nightmare.
Bad
Hell.
Yeah, hell.
Literally hell.
People burning in the streets.
Dude, crazy.
Being
Cremated. There you go.
Cremated in
That
the
is the
streets.
word.
That's the word.
The taste of Nepal.
I don't know, man. Trust is a tricky bitch.
It is a tricky bitch, but it's worth fighting to get to.
Yeah.
Don't disband trust,
It is.
because if you do, you just fall apart inside of yourself. You become an army of one, and what happens when you get sick? What happens when your car breaks down?
Can't fucking do anything.
And AAA is 3 hours out.
Yeah, you have no one to call.
You have no one to call.
No one to rely on.
What happens when you get broken up with? How do you get a relationship going?
In modern with the modern human, success is found in community, and like not let alone continuing to survive. Like further educating oneself and developing and being happy involves being around other people, and if you are dishonest, those people start to disappear and
Quicker than you think.
Seriously,
Because at first you're willing to disband it, because in your case, or like in the way you've put it, it's like, well, I'm a piece of shit, that's why, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I deserve this. And at a certain point, you just don't let yourself deserve anything. And
then what kind of fucking growing are you doing then?
well, you're still growing. There's a Shaky Grave song, not everything grows. And the first two verses are with not everything grows, and then the third verse is everything grows. You know, and he's talking about things that you think aren't growing.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh no, really they are. It's just growing more into whatever they're growing into.
Yeah, without any kind of like outside stimulant or any kind of control or nourishment, shit's still gonna grow. It's just gonna get bad. And it's never too late, man. Just start being honest today. Every day, I like that little tidbit. Every day is another opportunity to make less mistakes. So just start being honest today. If it's fucking something that has been put off for a long time, that you're scared of the outcome with, or whatever the proper way to phrase that is, if you've been dishonest about something for a long time, just go fucking say it. Just go fucking say it.
Yep.
Just
and if it's gonna catch somebody off guard, and it's gonna hurt. Just get it and just pull them aside.
Yeah.
You know, do it on a day where you got time to really explain why.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
there's a proper way to do it, and there's a proper place to do it, and there is a proper time to do it. You don't want to, you don't want to fucking shatter somebody's world who's already on the brink of fucking demise.
Or don't start a road trip or a vacation off with, well, honey, guess what?
Yeah, for real. But that being said, the perfect time is never going to come. You know, it's
the perfect time. Waiting for the perfect time is only gonna be, it's to your detriment.
And you can fall into the trap of fucking like, well, we're about to go on this trip that we already paid for, or by the end of this, season, or by a certain date, I will be making more money, and then I can be more self-reliant.
Totally. Just juggling on the street.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You're just fucking. Oh, you're just letting shit get infected.
Yeah.
without getting after it. And
what are
I
they?
tell you what, fucking being caught is going to be so much worse.
Well, it's because then, like you were saying before, then how do they know you're telling the truth?
Anything that you're saying is telling the truth.
It's just a response.
Yeah, and if I just you're gonna get caught if you're being dishonest. It's not possible to just keep that going until you die.
Who do you think you are?
It's never happened to me. I've never been successful in a lie, because enough time passes that eventually something's gonna slip. And you can't make something that didn't happen the truth.
Talk about juggling.
As hard as we try. Yeah. I've definitely been in the space where I have to really keep those balls in the air.
Yeah, well, at a certain point, you start with juggling balls, and then all of a sudden, someone throws a chainsaw at you, and you're like, "Fuck, this is a little more sketch."
Yeah. Oh, it's light screen. But yeah, if you just fucking. Even if you are going to grind yourself into dust when you finally tell the truth, it is still so much better than getting caught. Think about all of the repercussions that are going to come about from being caught, from somebody finding out the truth rather than you telling them, and realize that those are so much worse and so much more powerful than whatever's going to happen if you just reveal it. If you just pull back the fucking curtain.
Pull the veil.
Yeah.
Dissolve the veil.
Yeah.
Well, you see that in corporations that do shiesty shit, and then they get exposed, and then the whole thing falls apart.
Oh yeah.
Oh well,
Tarnished.
Yeah, well, we were actually the ones responsible for overfishing.
Yeah.
We were the ones who actually were the ones that said it was okay to drill oil, and there was an oil spill. And then your whole business falls apart.
Yeah.
And then it's not just one person's lie. It's everybody who works for that corporation. It's thousands of people.
I'll get thrown under the fucking bus.
Yeah, I used to work for Exmobil, but they're not around anymore.
I think Exxon's Mobil still there.
They're still. I'm just throwing a thing.
Yeah. You wanna call it?
You want to call it?
I think I'm kind of down to call it, even though we're not at your house, which is usually when we throw it down. I think it's been a good one.
It's been a good one.
Also pretty fucking nauseous.
Yeah, I'm so nauseous.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind not burning my brain trying to fucking keep this shit going.
Right. It's like part of it is keeping my mind off of it.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's yeah.
Yeah. But thanks for fucking listening.
Thanks for listening to our nausea ride.
Yeah.
This has been Nausea Ride.
With Coyote and The Cosmos. We hope you're here for the next one.
Cosmos.
And we'll even upload these someday.
Yeah, no, we're getting around to it.
Yeah.
You don't know that. Bye.